Hello everyone, we are from the group 9. So today we are going to present to you our lesson plan, which is all about mathematics for grade 5. Alright, so this subject is done into 2 periods, or 1 hour and 40 minutes. So the main topic is about geometry, and the subtopics are about 3D shapes or 3-dimensional shapes. For the reference book, it's Mathematics 5 by Primary Education Plus. The materials needed in these lessons are recyclable materials such as scissors, glue gun, glue sticks, colored papers, cardboard, tissue boards, double-sided tape, scotch tape, a pencil, a ruler, and a ribbon. So for the next steps, we'll be given to the next presenter.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Teacher Mona from Group 9. Our lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to, first, describe the different types of 3-dimensional figures accurately. Second, differentiate the 3-dimensional figures from curved surface, prism, and pyramid correctly. And third, create 3D figures based on the given nets accurately.
During pre-test of task-based learning lesson, the teacher sets the task, contextualizes the lesson, raises students' interest, and prepares learners to perform the task. This includes motivation.
stage in the task-based learning. The task. In this stage, the student will do the task using the resources provided by the teacher. Also, during this time, the teacher monitors and encourages the students. The students will work in small groups or in pairs.
During the task, some groups present their reports to the class or exchange written reports and compares results.
During the task, students prepare to report to the whole class orally or in writing.
Okay, today guys, we're going to learn more about shapes. So, last time our previous topic, 2D shapes, right? Yeah. You can still remember what kind of 2D shapes. Example, we can give an example. Circle, very good, no. Square, yes. Triangle. Triangle. Rectangle. What's that? Oval. Okay, so those are examples of 2D shapes. And now we're going to learn more about shapes. So what are the things that we're going to learn more about shapes? So look at other things surrounding here, shapes, right? So in here, teacher seems to just brought different kinds of objects. See, I have here for party hat. Would you like to go to a party? And then I also have here my calendar table. Table calendar, yes, okay. And I also have a box from Lazada. Yes, Lazada box. I have this. I also have this like coming from Egypt. Yes. And I have this container. So I just put something here. And I borrowed from your friend this rubric. Yeah, what is it? What's the name? Rubric. Okay. So these are the things for you to observe. Look at these objects. Okay. What I want you to know, what I want you to do is that I would like you to, since you're already in groups, from group 1 and group 2, the same groups that you're going to that, I want you to write down or list down the characteristics of these things. So here for this group, so teacher will give you paper for you to write down. So this, okay, you have how many objects you've done there? You have 3 and then here 3. After 2 minutes, I have a paper. So this paper you're going to write in here. In one paper you're going to write your observations. Only a minute or 2 minutes to do that, because after that we're going to exchange these objects to your other groups. Okay? So swapping of objects. Okay, the time starts now. So let me just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exchange those objects please to the other group. Okay, hurry up. I'll give you another few seconds to do that. Okay, please give me back all those objects. This. see the triangle prism looks like this. So can we just count what are the shapes and what can you see that's in here, the triangle prism? Again, please. A rectangle here and triangle here. So I'll give you 3 minutes to do that. Okay, look at there and then do it again. How many minutes? Okay, ready? Okay. What is this? Pyramid, very good. And these are what we call, do you know the name of that? It's a, again, everybody read. Three-dimensional shape. Very good, three-dimensional shape. Okay, it's a 3D shape. Any idea?
Is a shape that can go
Stand up, please.
Is a shape that you can see clearly on every side.
It is a shape that you can see clearly in every side. Oh, very good. Who else? Who can give me another idea? Who know?
Length, width, and height.
It has.
Length, width, and height.
Oh, very good. Very right. If we say, can you differentiate 2D shapes from 3D to 4D? Who can give me such meaning of it, or just give me a slight definition of what have you understand of those kinds of shapes?
2Ds are flat.
Stand up, please, and make your voice louder.
2D shapes are flat. 3D shapes are mostly just squares or triangles.
Is it very important in our life to have a 3D shape?
Because the 3D shape must be make some buildings or some construction things.
Means to say, the 3D is very important. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Why?
It's also because the world is round and not flat. If the world is flat, when we fly an airplane the world when it's flat, we will have 2 different sides. One of them is extremely dark or extremely bright.
Oh, really? Wow.
Also, if you fly an airplane and you fly it, you won't even be able to get to the other side.
Yes,
For
please.
example, if this is the 3D shape and this is the face of that 3D shape,
It will be a 2D shape and it will be completely flat, but if you look around, you can see it looks like a round sphere. But when you look at it very clearly, it's just 3D shapes kind of glued together and turned into like
a 3-dimensional shape.
yes. A 2-dimensional shape can become a 3-dimensional shape, but we need a lot of 2-dimensional shapes to make a 3D one.
Wow, very good. Giving you a lot of materials, and these are only like recyclable materials, as you can see, right? I want you, this time, I want you to make a 3D model. So, this is my sample model. Please do your own. I'll give you only 5 minutes.
The last stage of the task-based learning is the post-test. During the post-test-based learning lesson, the students evaluate their performance. This might be done by comparing the outcome of their test to that of a proficient user of the language. It can also involve feedback provided by the teacher and subsequent practice of language items that emerge from the test. It is important that form-focused language work should be in response to students' production.
So for our valuing, what have you learned from our lesson today? Do you learn something?
We have learned a lot of things about the 3D shape.
Again, please.
We have learned a lot of things about the 3D shapes. Like the 3D shape is important for us. If it didn't exist, everything will be flat. Even the earth itself is flat.
wow. Okay. So how about like how are 3D shapes become useful in our daily life? How?
We can build structures and buildings from 3D shapes.
Building structures.
Some structures are actually made by 3D printers, which are actually supposed to be used for small buildings, which they decided to make a new one, which is now going to 3D print, but instead of using plastic or any of the plastic wires, they're going to use cement to make a house.
Okay, what is the essence of 3D shapes in your study? In your study, what is the essence of 3D shapes in your study? Do you have any idea of that?
It used to build a house to people to live in or build a building for people to work inside, so it's very important.
Also, it will tell you the volume and the mass of the objects inside of it and how much you can fit inside there.
And it also have a length, height, and width.
Okay, so how can you relate shapes of 3D in our life? How can you relate? I think just the same. Well, how can you relate? How can you relate shapes or 3D shapes in people's life?
A sphere is bouncy balls. Balls that do bounces. You can
Okay.
get those for a vending machine for $10.
So, in your life right now, as a grade 5 student, right? Was there something special of having a 3D, of that 3D?
Making a 3D, we can make 3D shapes are used to make some buildings by not making it curve and look like weird, but we can actually make it using kind of like a rectangle and a square. A rectangle and a square can be turned into difference.
Okay, so how are you going to relate a 3D shape like a ball, the one that you said, the bouncing ball, right?
Yeah.
In real life situation? So as a student, just like a ball, the ball is a 3D shape, is it? Yeah, do you agree with that? So, yeah. So how are you going to relate that kind of ball in your situation as a student?
If we grade good grade, you see you will be happy and you like bounce around because you are happy. But if you got low grade, you got bad score, something like that, you will be sad and you got like a ball that is not bouncy at all.
Oh,
or something
wow.
like that.
Good job. Okay, so that's all. Thank you. Grade 5.
Hello, we are group 1. This is our project. This is lighthouse. The lighthouse is a cylinder which is made of 2 circles and a rounded rectangle.
This modern house that have cube and pentagonal prism.
This is 3D project. It have length, width, height, and volume.
And this swimming pool is Q-Boy.
Thank you. Thank you. That's it. Hello, we are team 2. So this is our project.
This is a very good product.
Yeah.
For some reason, this is so weird, but and this is a tower. It's made of a cylinder, pretty much the same as the lighthouse of the other group. And this is a
Dodecahedron.
No,
Dodecahedron.
the dodecahedron, as he said.
Yeah. So this is our modern house that we used to do it. They have many shapes, such as keyboards, cubes, or a triangular prism.
We also have an alien on the house, by the way.
So this have a square-based pyramid, and the cube in the center.
Yes, it's a center. There's a cube in the center.
That's a statue. It's an
This is the
alien.
weird-looking flower.
No, here's acting weird looking flower.
Yes.
Here's acting broken weird looking flower.
And this is a water.
Everything in this is 3D because it's not flat and it has volume.
We also have a waterfall.
It's supposed to be sea, but it wasn't. We call it waterfall.
Okay, thank you very much for listening to our product. Bye-bye.
So, your projects is very nice. All of it were very good. I will see you all, and that's enough because we don't have enough time. We could have it probably by next time. And good job, everyone. Thank you for your time and cooperation. Grade 5 students. So, see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.